Hi everyone. Today we're diving into a conversation that's very close to the heart of Indian furniture industry. Identity, craftsmanship and what truly sets us on the global stage. Today we have with us Mr. Pramod Rana, a distinguished figure in the Indian furniture industry. With over 3 decades of experience, he has left a lasting mark on this sector. Mr. Rana has worked in various organizations like the Landmark Group, Reliance Retail and several others. And in 2013, he bootstrapped Medoc Sourcing. Today, under his leadership, Medoc Sourcing serves clients across 15 countries and global retail giants like Walmart, Crocs, hookers and wine enthusiasts. As the founding director of Medoc Sourcing, he truly represents the spirit of Indian entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for being here with us today, sir.
Thank you.
I would like to start with something very basic but important. So what, according to you, when people talk about Indian furniture, what do they completely miss and what do they usually get right?
So I'll start with the get as a positive note. So they get a lot of variety within one product. So the multimedia media is something which is very much famous out of India. So one product can have multiple materials, for example, wood combination, then a stone is there, then glass is there. So all that combinations, metal is there. So all that combination works very well. And the artistic making of those furniture is something well known to the world as of now. And what they get positively is India is still working on a lower MOQs and versus other countries. So that is a major thing as well. And what they miss is, we have all known that India is such a vast country in terms of every corner has something or the other great. So all that artistic products have not reached to the world yet.
Right.
So that is they're missing on that part easily.
I totally agree with you, sir. Even when I am traveling, I see some of Indian furniture, but mostly I see furniture from other countries also. So what you are saying is completely making sense. So I would also like to know your opinion on how you think Indian furniture is different from Southeast Asia.
So Southeast Asia has actually grown a lot in last 2 decades, and that has come up with a major reform in terms of industrialization, because those companies, those factories actually started working on the scale.
Right.
So world needs scale. So I'll just take you back from this times to old times, where we had the royalties working on the furniture. They used to actually hand carve things, and they used to actually like to keep in their palaces and homes. Then bigger noble places also had those kind of things. So that was actually coming from those era, coming down. Even in British Raj also, the Britishers actually wanted such Indian furniture to be kept there. And they took that whole artistic thing back there. And when we got freedom, the one thing which is major is that our government pushed the local artisans to actually work more towards the furniture, rather than completely making the product into scale and do the industrialization of those products. So there is a major difference between Southeast Asia as well as India, and same for European countries as well. So European countries also have a lot of manufacturing capabilities, market to Germany, Poland, Turkey. All these places are major in that, and they give a lot of percentage to the world. China has been number one, always been the manufacturing hub for whole of the world. And as comparison with all these countries where we are talking about scale and non-scale, so these countries are actually 25% to 27% cheaper than us, because they get the scale as well as they get the value for it.
Right. Sir, this was really interesting to know how history has been woven into the furniture industry. I personally haven't heard that at all. So thank you for sharing that with us. Sir, in my mind, I've also heard that Italy is considered as the benchmark for design. So do you happen to agree with that?
I would really say that they actually initiate. They are called as a fashion capital. Milan is a fashion capital for furniture, fashion, and other industry. Also, we also pick the colors from that place. But to the world, what works is whatever is commercially sellable.
Right.
So I definitely go to such shows and see what's there. But when it comes to the commercial part of it, the whole design happens to actually work 2 years to 3 years down the line. So it doesn't go instantly. They can actually roll out the designs, and some designs are picked, but the finally the retailers start to sell big only after that much time. So we keep those designs in our records and apply it later in 2 to 3 years time.
So that actually sounds like a very interesting idea. Do you think it's an advantage or a disadvantage?
It is an advantage. Someone is thinking about it. All the designers reach there and they actually think about what's new, which we can do.
Right.
So even if anyone or you or your viewers, whoever wants goes on a website,
Right.
if someone makes a icon saying that what's new, everyone wants to actually click that first.
Right.
So what's new is something people like to know, people like to see. If you see in any of the showrooms or any of the retailer, whatever is actually very fashionable, you would go and pick, although it is not very much workable for you, but you'll go and touch, feel that furniture.
Right. So while we're talking about design and all, so I want to know your take on sustainability because it's such a global buzzword nowadays, and I've heard all about ethical sourcing, sustainable materials and all. So what is your opinion on that?
It's actually great. The world is going towards a greater side. I remember some 25 years ago when I was working on product development. So there was a word called as Go Green, which became famous. And then Go Green went on, and the sustainability word actually is talked about by everyone. So it is right thing actually, because we are saving our material, we are saving for our resources for the next generations to come, for the mankind. So it is right to think about the sustainability. It's right to actually do the recycle thing. It's right to actually choose the right kind of product which is good enough and actually can be given back to the Mother Earth. So it's we all are actually practicing that. Our customers have wanting to know more about what are the materials which are sustainable material, what are the practices which are leading to the sustainability. So all are under complete high note, and whenever our buyers come or whenever we go to actually do the product development, that's the first thing which we have put in our PD sheets, that what is the sustainable material which we can use instead of XYZ.
So that was really nice to know. But sir, in my opinion, what I have heard about does sustainability not affect the cost pricing then? Like, why aren't everybody going and moving towards sustainable practices then?
That's a very valid question. The sustainability is costly.
Yeah.
So just talking about cotton. So if we are doing the upholstery furniture and we use the fabric in it, if we use the sustainable fabric and it is design also, so both of them will be actually costly than the regular design, or to that matter, even cotton to organic cotton, they both are different. So that's pretty much right. So for the material which is other than that, wood and all, we all think about the costing. So what we do is, when you talk about the cost, what we do is we actually product engineer the product so that and value engineer it so that the cost doesn't shoot up high.
Nice. Thank you so much for that, sir. I really agree with you, and I think I really wish that in the near future, sustainability becomes affordable for everybody, and we move towards these practices. So I realized that earlier on when we were talking, you touched the topic for industrialization. So do you mind if I ask you a question on that as well?
Sure.
So my question is that, sir, India still relies heavily on hand processes, while other countries industrialized the manufacturing process decades ago. So what is your take on that?
Yeah, so that is one thing which actually India is missing on, as I actually earlier told that because government was focusing more on the artisans. Now government is actually planning big in terms of making the furniture hubs in the country and asking the people to invest heavily in the country and then do a lot of scale of that furniture making and making it economical also. So government has actually shown the way. Now people have actually stepped up and wanting to do that. So there is a furniture hub which has been planned in the south, and there are hubs which are been planned in Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh. So these clusters would work as a bigger factories to actually get the scale on, and we would be able to actually make commercially, economically, and stable furniture as well. So when you are talking about the handcrafted one, so there is an advantage of that whole handcrafted. So handcraft always happen in the solid wood or strong material.
Right.
So strong material means it is made for to last long.
Right.
So Indian furniture is looked at like this, that it will last long for sure, because there's wood, there is metal, the whole of the combination, marble, stone, anything. So whole of the combination is made to work for years from now. So India has a positive side also on that, and they can actually excel. However, we are switching towards the modern techniques and doing the scalable manufacturing as well.
So, sir, you mean to say that India, they produce durable products, while the Western countries, the ones who have already industrialized, their products are not as durable?
I would say yes, because if you have heard a word called as fast fashion.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So fashion industry work on fast fashion. I'm just going back from furniture, saying that so these whole words came out of all these big guys, Carrefour, Zara, and IKEA, and also these H&M, all these people. They actually use this word fast fashion, and they use the term for their customers as fashion victims.
Right.
So the same thing works on the furniture industry as well. So talk about IKEA, talk about all these big retail department store in US, Europe, and for that matter in India as well. They actually buy a cheaper product and sell cheaper, and they are not durable, they are just workable. So those people think that you buy the furniture and get rid of it in 1 year, 2 years max. That's it. So that's like, I mean, people are like that. The generation has changed, thinking that we need the furniture changing. We need to do something of the decor. We need to actually change something when they enter the home. That should be newness in there. So that's how this whole fast fashion, fast furniture works on the same criteria, that people want to change very quickly. So that's the major commercial part of it.
Right.
So this product is, Indian products are still for farmhouses, for their second homes, for art piece in their homes across the world. So in India also, the Indian furniture has grown high because people have actually traveled across. So they have now understood that what is the handmade furniture, artistic furniture, and all those things. So they are also buying a lot.
Right, sir. So, but don't you think that the countries that have already industrialized the process, they are still having an advantage towards that? Because sir, nowadays we see that people have so much demand for new designs, newness, like you just mentioned. So, don't you think there's an advantage to that rather than people buying stuff that will be durable?
That's correct. They are actually in a very high demand and on an advantage, because as I told you in last statement that we are 25% expensive than the world manufacturing units. So they get the scale, they get whatever the customer wants. We are still getting onto that level of the production. So our average factory does only 30 to 50 containers a month. Their average factory, the big industry, the hub, would do easily 500 containers a month on that. So that's a kind of a scale.
Right.
So
Right.
they are doing 10 times more than what our factories are capable of. We are stepping towards that, and you would see a lot of change within 2 years, where we would see the big factories here and more containers going. So that's a change which I see, which is coming very soon.
That was really interesting to know, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So actually, my next question was about how what challenges the Indian industry faces right now, but I think we've already covered that. So we'll move on to the next question. So if you had to describe India's future furniture identity in one sentence, how would you do it?
So I would say that future India would be a scalable production for furniture with a slight of India touch in it in terms of artistic and design ways.
That's really nice to know, sir. So, if I were to say that India's craftsmanship in furniture was being recognized globally, how would it make you feel personally?
So when I travel and I see those furniture, it feels so great about it, and I can actually see the kind of design which only the Indian wood can and Indian artisans can actually make. So this is amazing. I mean, when it comes to the Indian furniture, it's amazing. I mean, I would love to see that. On the second side of it, I would actually find ways to make it better as well. That how we can actually make it commercially viable as well. So both things go in my mind.
Thank you so much, sir. I can already feel how passionate you are about this industry, and I think that is very amazing. So, sir, before we wrap up, I want to have a quick, fun, rapid fire session with you based on what you think the audiences and the customers prefer in India. So, can we begin with it?
Okay.
Okay, so my first question, bold colors or neutral tones?
Neutral tones,
Matte finish or high gloss?
matte finish.
Okay, shisham or teak?
That's a tricky question because teak has passed, shisham is present. So love is teak, but I have to
So
live
you
with
got to
shisham.
choose one, sir.
Shisham.
Alright. MDF or plywood?
MDF,
Okay, carbon neutral or cost efficient?
carbon neutral,
Okay, smart or minimal?
minimal,
Dovetail or butt joint?
dovetail,
Performance fabric or genuine leather?
performance fabric,
Flat packed or pre-assembled?
flat pack,
Minimalist or maximalist?
minimalistic,
Mid-century modern or Scandinavian?
mid-century modern.
All right, so I think that has been really great. Thank you so much for this conversation. So I think all of us have learned a lot from you. So thank you so much for being here with us today, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.